Wakil Presiden Komisi Eropa Kaja Kallas menolak keras usulan Moskow untuk menunjuk mantan Kanselir Jerman Gerhard Schroder sebagai mediator dalam potensi pembicaraan konflik Rusia Ukraina menjelang pertemuan para pemimpin Uni Eropa di Brussels pada Senin. Kallas menuding Schroder memiliki hubungan erat dengan perusahaan milik negara Rusia, sehingga ia menilai Putin ingin memastikan posisi mediator berpihak pada Moskow. Dalam wawancara dengan media, Kallas juga menanggapi pertanyaan mengapa dirinya sendiri tidak mengambil peran mediator, dengan menyebut bahwa pandangan kerasnya terhadap Rusia membuatnya dianggap hawkish. Ia menyoroti langkah Moskow yang menetapkan gencatan senjata 3 hari pada 9-11 Mei, menyebutnya sebagai tindakan sangat sinis untuk melindungi parade militer Rusia, sementara serangan terhadap warga sipil di Ukraina tetap berlangsung. Ukraina mematuhi gencatan senjata. Seperti sebelumnya, mereka menawarkan tanpa syarat. Rusia tidak menepati hal ini, tegas Kallas. Pernyataan itu muncul di tengah konflik informasi mengenai kepatuhan kedua belah pihak, di mana Ukraina menuduh serangan Rusia di wilayah front, sementara Kementerian Pertahanan Rusia mengklaim melakukan serangan balasan. Kallas juga menyebut potensi keputusan politik Uni Eropa untuk menjatuhkan sanksi terhadap penyelesai kekerasan di tepi barat, termasuk individu atau kelompok radikal yang menyerang warga Palestina, merusak properti, atau memperluas permukiman ilegal yang dianggap menghambat solusi dua negara. Selain itu, Kallas menegaskan visi Eropa sebagai bagian dari arsitektur keamanan di Teluk, terkait negosiasi antara AS dan Iran mengenai blokade Selat Hormuz.
The cooperation agreement with Syria. We will discuss where we can help Syria to build up institutions and all these issues, what they need for correct functioning of the country.
What about proposition of Putin to appoint Gerhard Schroder as negotiator from European Union and all these ideas of Moscow that Ukraine should withdraw troops from Donbass to start sustainable negotiation?
First, if we give the right to Russia to appoint a negotiator on our behalf, that would not be very wise. And second, I think Gerhard Schroder has been the high-level lobbyist for Russian state-owned companies, so it's clear why Putin wants him to be the person, so that actually, he would be sitting on both sides of the table. We need to use all the international support, also those countries who are dealing with Russia more closely. So we will discuss these projects today as well, but it's definitely very difficult. Our adversaries are not sleeping, so clearly they want to increase the influence in Europe. We unfortunately already see this in sports organizations where Russians are let to compete like nothing has happened, and there are discussions there. We also saw this Venice Biennale where they are there like nothing has happened. So clearly they are working all the time, and we have to be vigilant as well. Before we discuss with Russia, we should discuss amongst ourselves what we want to talk to them about, and that's why we have a Gimnich meeting coming with the foreign ministers, where we will discuss the proposals that I've put on the table to address the issues that we have, because again the issue of the European security is that Russia is constantly attacking its neighbors, and how we can actually prevent that. And for that, we need concessions also from the Russian side. But really, what more can we do? I really do hope that we have a political agreement regarding the violent settlers sanctions that has been on the table for quite some time, but I hope we can actually go forward. We are discussing also, when this point comes, that we are part of the security architecture of the Gulf, because we see this in the same way. It is in our immediate neighborhood. It has very much effects on us. But of course, right now, the push is to have the first phase, which is stopping the war, opening the Strait of Hormuz, and there, of course, Americans and Iran are negotiating themselves, and there is we can only support them, but we can't really agree on their behalf. I think it is important that the American troops also stay in Europe because, they are protecting American interests in Europe as well as European interests. So this is the announcement that Pentagon has made, and of course there is still time to look into what it means practically.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.